He was the richest man who ever lived. If he were alive today, his net worth would be over $2 trillion. He built palaces of ivory and cedar, commanded armies, and possessed wisdom that drew queens from across the world. His name was Solomon, and he had everything a man could ever dream of. So why did he write what might be the darkest, most depressing book in the entire Bible? Why did the man who had it all feel like his life was utterly, crushingly meaningless? Why did he want to die? This is the story of King Solomon's dopamine trap. Before there was psychology, there was Solomon. In the Book of Ecclesiastes, he chronicles a grand, terrifying experiment. His hypotheses, that pleasure, in its purest, most unrestrained form, could be the key to happiness. He writes, "I said to myself, come now, I will test you with pleasure to find out what is good." So he began. He didn't just build a house. He built monumental palaces and cities. He didn't just plant a garden. He cultivated vast parks and vineyards, engineering complex pools to water them. He amassed gold and silver until it was as common as stone in Jerusalem. He acquired singers, musicians, and an infamous harem of 1,000 women. Whatever his eyes desired, he did not keep from them. He withheld no pleasure from his heart. He was binging on life itself, treating every sensory input as a new frontier to be conquered. It was the ultimate hedonistic experiment, conducted on a scale we can barely imagine. But a strange thing happened. The more he consumed, the emptier he felt. 3,000 years later, neuroscience gives us a name for Solomon's curse: the hedonic treadmill. Our brains have a powerful chemical messenger called dopamine. It's not just about pleasure. It's about motivation and reward. When you achieve something, hit good food, or experience something new, you get a hit of dopamine. It feels good. It tells your brain, do that again. But the brain is designed for survival, not for constant bliss. It seeks balance. If you constantly flood your system with intense pleasures, extreme wealth, endless novelty, constant stimulation, your brain adapts. It downregulates your dopamine receptors, builds up a tolerance. Suddenly, the same stimulus that once gave you a thrill now barely registers. You need more, bigger, better, just to feel normal. The baseline has shifted. This is the dopamine trap. The highs become shorter, and the lows become longer and deeper. Solomon, with his infinite resources, was the first man in history to max out the human capacity for pleasure. And what did he find at the end of that road? A word he repeats over and over again. Hevel in Hebrew, it means vapor, smoke, a fleeting breath. Everything he had chased, everything he had built and acquired, felt like trying to grab smoke with his bare hands. Meaningless. Utterly meaningless. The man who owned the world was suffering from Anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure at all. This is where the experiment takes a dark turn. The chase was over, and all that was left was the crash. Solomon looks at his vast empire, his wisdom, his wealth, and sees nothing but a monument to his own mortality. He says, "For the wise man, like the fool, will not be long remembered. In days to come, both will be forgotten. Like the fool, the wise man too must die." This is the dawn of existential nihilism. He realizes that death is the great equalizer. It renders all earthly ambition absurd. Whether you're a king or a peasant, your fate is the same. You return to dust. This thought consumed him. He writes, "So I hated life, because the work that is done under the sun was grievous to me. All of it is Hevel, a chasing after the wind." He looked at his life's work and knew someone else, perhaps a fool, would inherit it all. The anxiety of his own impermanence poisoned every achievement. The gold lost its shine. The wine tasted bitter. The music was just noise. Everything he had built to escape his own mortality now served only as a reminder of it. He was a king, trapped in a prison of his own mind, staring into the abyss. But the story doesn't end in despair. After plumbing the depths of nihilism, after chasing the wind and finding nothing, Solomon emerges with a quiet, profound revelation. He tried to find meaning in consumption, in accumulation, in more, but he was looking in the wrong direction. At the end of his book, he offers an antidote. He writes, "A person can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own work." This, too, I see, is from the hand of God. The conclusion is breathtakingly simple. Meaning isn't found in the extrinsic of things you own, the status you achieve. It's found in the intrinsic, the simple, daily graces of existence. It's the psychological shift from chasing external validation to cultivating internal purpose. He discovered that true satisfaction wasn't in building an empire, but in the good, honest work of your hands. It wasn't in lavish banquets, but in the simple pleasure of a meal shared. It wasn't in possessing 1,000 women, but in the love of the companion of your youth. The grand experiment revealed that the meaning of life isn't a treasure to be found at the end of a frantic chase. It's woven into the very fabric of our daily lives, in our work, our relationships, and our connection to something greater than ourselves. So, enjoy the simple coffee. Find satisfaction in the work of your hands. Cherish the people you love, and acknowledge your creator. Everything else is just smoke. Thanks for watching.